Alright, so I found 15 passive income ideas that earn as much as $10,000 a month, and you can do all of them in 2024 starting right now. And the best thing is, most of these are accessible to anyone watching this video. So go ahead, smash the like button, and let's jump into it with number 1 on the list, which is going to be selling templates. Because who said art doesn't pay? And basically, what this involves is creating and selling pre-designed formats. And these are ones that various different businesses and individuals can use for various purposes. And these templates could include resumes, presentations, websites, or even Excel sheets for finances. And some of these Excel sheets or Google Sheets, for instance, could have automations attached to them where they can just automatically do things whenever they get updated. And if you don't think you can make money from this, here's a story of a guy who made $534,000 selling templates, and basically, he did this by creating Notion templates. And Notion is kind of like a project management software, but it's also an organization software as well, and you can basically customize it to whatever you want. And that's one of the reasons why it's so popular, is because there's so many different ways to customize your Notion template. And there's also a lot of automations that you can put into Notion, so you can automatically do things whenever you update something. And so it's incredibly useful. So yeah, selling templates is awesome. There's so many different types of templates you can sell. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. Next one on the list is going to be investing in REITs. And REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. And this basically lets you invest in real estate without the hassle of being a landlord. And it's sort of like an index fund, if you're familiar with those, where you invest a certain amount, and you're actually investing in like 1,000 different stocks, except you're doing it in real estate instead of companies. So this allows you to invest in real estate without all the headache. And it also allows you to diversify your investments, because if you invest in one house, who knows what could happen to it? There could be an earthquake. There could be a fire. You never know. But if you invest in 1,000 different houses, chances are that's not going to happen to all of them. Now basically the way REITs work is you invest into it, and then by law, they have to pay 90% or more of their taxable profits in the form of dividends, and you get these dividends every single month. So yeah, REITs can be a really good way of diversifying your investments and investing in real estate without having to worry about all the headaches of being a landlord, buying property, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be selling educational worksheets, and this basically involves creating and selling educational materials such as study guides, lesson plans, or practice sheets, and then selling it on an e-commerce platform. So a lot of the time, for instance, you'd be selling these to either teachers or people who are homeschooling their children. And if you don't think you can make money from this, well, guess what? This person, Michelle, talked about how she makes $400,000 per year selling educational printables. So you definitely have the ability to get to at least $10,000 a month doing this. And the great thing about it is, it's relatively passive. You create the educational printable, you put it up online, and it pretty much just does the work for you from there. So this is one of those ways where you can actually make it into a passive income machine. Now, of course, you do have to do the work up front, and you'd want to do a bunch of market research. You'd also want to put it on the correct website so that they market it for you. But if there's a bunch of people already searching for this, you're probably not going to have to do that much marketing. So yeah, this one is really good. I'll go ahead and give it an 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. And by the way, share this with a friend who needs to see it. If you know somebody who needs to have some really good passive income ideas, we do a ton of work on these videos. We make sure that we want to put out the absolute best quality information for you. So if you appreciate that, share it with a friend. Also, like the video, because that shows us that you want us to make more of these types of videos. And also, comment down below if you like some of these ideas, or there's some other ideas that we should have talked about. What's up, guys? So I'm sitting here in the editing process, and I realized that I actually have a live stream. It's basically going to be like a workshop. It's going to be a Zoom workshop. You're going to be in a call with me, and I'm going to be teaching you how to grow and monetize YouTube. I'm going to be revealing the 5 biggest secrets that I have when it comes to growing and monetizing YouTube. And then on top of that, I'm going to be answering any questions that you have about starting a successful YouTube channel. So that is going to be 8 p.m. on Tuesday, Eastern Daylight Time, because they recently changed that. So it's EDT, Eastern Daylight Time. So make sure you double check on the time, because the time zone change is going to be happening here pretty soon. So Eastern Daylight Time, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Definitely check it out. Don't want to miss it. I'll see you there. Next is going to be buying and selling blogs or website domains. So this is exactly what it sounds like. You would basically go out there and you'd either search for existing blogs or you'd search for existing website domains that you think have really good names, right? So an example of this is right as the whole NFT thing was getting really popular, there were probably a bunch of people out there who bought a bunch of different NFT related website domains and maybe even blogs that already existed. And chances are, as they got more popular, the price of those websites went up tremendously. So you might have bought them for $50 and then been able to sell them for like $5,000. There's a video of this guy who talked about how he made $180,000 in profit by buying and selling websites part-time. There's another guy who talks about how he made $178,000 after flipping a website that he bought for $52,000 last year. So yeah, this is a legit way to make money. People have been doing this for years and years. And in some cases, they might micro-flip it, so they might buy it for $50, then sell it for $100. I mean, that's still pretty good profit. So yeah, buying and selling blogs, buying and selling website domains, really good one. I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be creating an app. Now this is one where there is a tremendous amount of work up front. And by the way, you could create an app. You could also create an extension that works in Google Chrome, for instance. There's many different ways of doing this. But yeah, it's a ton of work up front. But if you're able to create a really good one that just runs on its own, the beautiful thing about having a company like this, where you create an app or a piece of software, is it pretty much just does everything on its own after that. And there was a really cool story about a kid, I believe he was even a teenager, who created an app called Sumly, which basically does summarization using artificial intelligence technology that summarizes different blog posts and news articles, and then he was able to sell that app to Yahoo for $30 million. There's another example of this guy, Chad Moretta, and he was basically a real estate agent that got injured and ended up in a hospital. And then he created an app that had to do with kind of fingerprint security, and within the first month, he was already making $12,000 in sales monthly. 2 months after launch, he got to $30,000 a month, and then a little bit after that, he got to $120,000 a month in income. Then in the next 2 years, he created and sold 3 different app companies which raked in millions and millions of dollars. So yeah, this is a really good way of making passive income, although it's not very passive at first. There's a ton of work up front. I think out of all the ones on this list, this is the one where it has the highest ceiling. I mean, you could literally make like $30 million or $100 million. But with that being said, it's really difficult to get started, and it's not as passive as a lot of the other ones on this list. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 opportunity score.
Next is going to be creating and selling online courses. So this is something that I have done myself, and this is something where if you get really good at something that a bunch of other people want to get good at, you can actually just create a course out of it and then sell it online. And it's incredibly passive. You create the course one time, you do all the work up front. It probably will take a few weeks or even a month. But then after that, it just sells like crazy. It's completely passive. So there's an example of someone who posted on Reddit that basically said they built and sold an online course for $6 million in 2 years, and they talked about how within just a very short period of time, they made like $50,000. There was another person who created an online course in the first 6 months, they made $100,000. And it's incredibly passive. It was completely passive from that point on, and it was on Udemy. So yeah, if you get really good at something that a bunch of other people want to get good at as well, you can create a course, put it online, and it's just incredibly passive. So I would give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be renting out your space, whether it's your home or maybe it's an extra room in your house. Now, I know this one sounds like it's not passive at all, and to a certain extent it's not. But the truth is, with all the different technologies out there, whether it's Airbnb or all the other different sites where you can basically rent out your house or a room in your house, it's pretty much just like running a hotel. But you can hire someone to do the cleaning for you. You can hire someone to do the maintenance for you. You can basically hire out everything. So as long as you get a really good deal on a house, for instance, and you just hire all that out, you can have a very nice passive income machine. And this is one where there's a lot of stories about this. There's people who own dozens and dozens of different rental properties, and they basically just hire everything out. They have companies that manage everything for them. There's companies that do all the cleaning, the management, etc. So it's incredibly passive for them at that point. And this is just one of the best ways in general to make money is just real estate. So yeah, renting out your house, even if it's just a room in your house, can be a very good way of making passive income. I'll go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be licensing your music. So if you're somebody who's really good at creating music, you might as well just create music and then license it out. And there's stories of people making tens of thousands of dollars every single month by creating music that then gets put on commercials, it gets put on movies, it gets put on TV shows, etc. So this is something where you create the music one time, you license it out, and then every time it gets played, you get paid. And the same thing goes for images. So if you're somebody who's really good at creating images, you can license those out as well. So this one is incredibly passive. You can literally do it in your free time, make a few $100, or you can make a few $1,000. If you're really good at it, you can make tens of thousands of dollars. So this is a really good opportunity. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be selling stock photography. So this is something that if you're somebody who likes taking photos, you might as well just sell your stock photos online. You know, there's stories of people making $10,000 or more every single month just selling their photos online. And it's incredibly passive. You take the photo once, you put it online, and it just sells over and over and over again. Now, it is very competitive, so you have to be really good at it. But if you're good at photography, you might as well just do this on the side. It's incredibly passive. I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Next is going to be creating a YouTube channel. So this is something that a lot of people don't realize how incredibly passive this can be. So you create videos, you put them up online, you monetize them, and then they just keep making you money over and over and over again. And there are countless stories of people who have made millions of dollars just from creating YouTube videos. And the great thing about YouTube is once you get really good at it, you can hire editors, you can hire scriptwriters, you can hire everything out, and it's completely passive. So, yeah, YouTube is a great way of making passive income. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. And next is going to be creating a blog. So, this is another one where it's incredibly passive once you get it up and running. You create a blog, you post articles on it, you get traffic to it, you monetize it with ads, and it just makes you money over and over and over again. And there are countless stories of people who have made millions of dollars just from creating blogs. So if you're somebody who's really good at writing, or if you're somebody who just likes creating content, this is a great way to make passive income. I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. And last but not least is going to be affiliate marketing. So this is something where you create content, whether it's a blog, a YouTube channel, a social media account, whatever it is, and you basically promote other people's products. And every time somebody buys a product through your link, you get a commission. And there are countless stories of people who have made millions of dollars just from doing affiliate marketing. And the great thing about this is it's incredibly passive. You create the content once, you put it up online, and it just makes you money over and over and over again. So I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. So those are the 15 passive income ideas that can earn you up to $10,000 a month in 2024. If you found this helpful, please like the video, share it with a friend, and comment down below which idea you liked the most, or if there's another idea we should have talked about.